Okay, so, hello. Oh, my name is Anthony Orke. Oh, I am her older cousin, her favorite cousin. And, what else?
Okay, so my topic for my project is basically media and beauty, but today's topic is men and media, and considering you're the closest I could find to a man,
Thank you.
let's start with you.
Okay.
So one thing I wanted to go over was evolution and how guys kind of evolved from, history.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Well, men have come a long way from the old caveman status. I don't know if you ever look into your old textbooks, but men were depicted as club hoarding, women fetching grunts back in the day, which means that instinctually men literally went around to other men's caves and clubbed women that, of course, they particularly liked as far as visual aesthetics goes. And what they would do is forcefully remove them, pretty much just club them without even speaking or anything, because back in the day, for us guys, we didn't have much to talk about. So, all we did was just club girls and drag them by the feet and bring them back to our cave. Nowadays, guys can't do that. That's not acceptable.
So there was no, at all, not really any, women couldn't have any say in what they did.
Yeah, they should. I'm just kidding. Just playing. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of what guys used to do back in the day was very instinctual. It was very they didn't think, they just did. So, nowadays a lot of guys are too worried about doing things because they overthink it now. Back in the day, guys just did stuff, so.
And celebrities nowadays get caught with everything they do without thinking.
Yes, that's very true. I guess you could say they're bringing it back old school. But, yeah, so.
Okay.
Did I answer the question?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yes. And the next thing I wanted you to talk about is image. The image that guys, have from TV shows and, just even music and sports and all that stuff. Just the image that guys have started to form.
Okay. As far as what's seen in the media today? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. Guys are pretty these days. That was not the case back in the day. Actually, a lot of the times, I know nowadays, what seems to be culturally acceptable, let's say, here in the United States, all right, we have a lot of guys that pump the iron, you know what I mean? They pump the iron, they try to look fit and slim. They try to look fit and slim. Back in the day, you were a king amongst men if you were a little bit on the heavier side, if you catch my drift. So that actually meant wealth and prosperity. Nowadays, it's kind of seen as the other way around. So the image is definitely shifted. It's definitely changed a lot. So yeah, men are very beautiful these days.
Okay, another thing I wanted you to talk about is the actual reality of a somewhat teenage boy. The actual reality that goes through their head when they have this image and this history, but what actually happens internally, if that makes sense.
Well, let me show you. Let me actually physically show you what happens. Hang on, let me. That's what happens when. Oh wait, hang on. That's what happens when you're a little boy and you didn't really care as much. And I'm just kidding. I'm 23. I'm not even a teenager anymore.
Wait, hold on. Wait, go back to the picture.
Okay, let's.
So this is really him.
That was me.
This was you at what age?
I was about 12 years old. And my reality, actually, back in the day was I was a Pokemon master. All I literally did was focus on my my Pokemon world. And realistically, of course, a lot of guys these days, they are into their own little worlds, depending on what society deems as cool, I guess you could say.
And notice, in that picture, he is wearing a gold chain.
Oh yeah, it was definitely blinging. Definitely blinging. Had the gold chains. But honestly, in reality, for a lot of guys these days, guys are a little bit more self-conscious. Whereas back in the day, like it was a very one-sided fight back in the day, where a lot of people used to, or I guess women used to idolize men. Now it's a little bit more gender equal.
It was a man's world.
Yeah, definitely it was. You had to definitely please the man. Didn't matter if the guy had like one tooth or like no hair up in here. You know, I'm wearing a hat, so you can't really see if I got it or not. But back in the day, it didn't matter. It didn't matter back in the day. All right, nowadays it kind of gotta do them eyebrows and you gotta line it up and gotta pluck some junk out. But back in the day, no one cared. So a lot of people nowadays are a little bit more self-conscious. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The answer's yes.
Okay. Nice.